tuning in to another episode of This Is Me, Natural Hair and Health Show. And I'm your host, Ronita Stanford. Hi, I want to say thank you for tuning in to another episode. I do hope that y'all have been enjoying all the other episodes. Hi to my TV fans. They all know who they are. I appreciate all of those that have been coming in, with questions, that want to get their hair done and treated, even on the natural side and the expo side, because we're 2 months out. We're actually a month out. Expo is next month. Please get your tickets. Please make sure that you get your vendor spots. We had model casting call yesterday. That went real well, so I thoroughly enjoyed it. On with today's show. I would like to first talk about natural. Of course, that's the subject, right? Natural hair. But for real, I want to talk about those that's being distressed with natural hair. First of all, you're being distressed because you're not accepting your natural hair, first of all. What we're going to start today's show off is accepting who you are and accepting your natural hair. And that starts with getting a mirror, bam, and looking at yourself and saying, hi, this is me. I am naturally beautiful and I'm loving it. It does not matter if I'm short, textured, kinky, curly, even you're relaxed, but I'm naturally beautiful and I'm loving it. When you start that idea and get that in your head, then you'll be able to understand and accept your natural hair. That's what I'm finding from a lot of people. They are frustrated because they have not accepted who they are. You have to accept your natural hair no matter if it's straight, long, textured, curly, whatever. You have to accept your natural hair in order to fully transition, to fully be who you want to be, to fully understand your natural hair. So, once again, to all those that want to be natural, that is natural, or that want to transition to natural, first, look in the mirror and say, this is me. It does not matter how I look or how my hair is. My hair is not nappy, or my hair is not ugly. My hair is beautiful. I am beautiful. Regardless, your hair cannot make you. You have to make your hair. And yes, people is going to look at you because it's bold. It's you being daring. It's you stepping outside of your box and saying, I don't have to be straight. I don't have to be curl. I can be who I want to be. This is me. Naturally beautiful, and I'm loving it. So once you decide to do that, then you will be able to realize that your natural hair will be able to flow out and grow to be beautiful once you accept that transition. Then you can go on to getting your products that you need for your hair. Then you can go on to doing different hairstyles. Once you first transition, the beginning of transitioning is a process, okay? Let's accept that. When you first decide to either do your big chop or your transition, it is a process. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to be, and once I done talked about this before, so if you heard it, then you understand. It's not overnight process, okay? If you just did your big chop, please understand that your hair, it only grows about this much, okay? This much, which is a half of an inch, maybe like a half of an inch to an inch per month. Be patient with your hair. Be patient with yourself, okay? You got to understand what cycle of growth that your hair is in. We have 3 growth cycles: androgen, candogen, and the telogen phase. That's your growth, your resting, and your fallout stage, okay? Once you decide to go natural, you have to understand if your hair is in any one of those stages. How's it going to grow? How's it going to maintain? How are you going to maintain it? So don't get frustrated in the beginning, okay? And I'm addressing certain things because of the questions and the questions in which I have been getting from my salon, either through people calling or through people just stopping by and me transitioning their hair. I do thank all the ones that's been coming in on the medical side that want to get some treatment for their on the trichology side, either with they having a folliculitis or androgenetic alopecia, or they have traction alopecia. I'm going to show you different pictures about these things as well in a few minutes. But different things, once you understand what's going on with your hair, the properties, your scalp, your skin, all of this will help your transition to a healthy start to healthy hair. It's not just about being natural. It's really about having healthy hair. That's what I'm understanding and getting from a lot of clients, They really want, at the end of the day, healthy hair. You know, it's not about, and that's really what I specialize in. Hi, I'm Ronita, your natural hair care specialist. I did not introduce that in the beginning. If you do not know, I'm licensed natural hair care specialist, cosmetologist, and your certified colorist. So to me, it's not just about styling your hair. And I tell clients that. I tell them a lot. I don't care how you style your hair. To me, it's about the healthiness of your hair. When your hair is healthy, you ride around, you be twisting in your hair, you be playing in your hair. Like me, I love this. Do you understand me? I love me. I love my hair. So at the end of the day, you might see me riding, I'm twisting it, I'm playing in it because I love how the curly textures just grow out my hair. I love playing in it, how it feels, and I definitely love my colors. So you understand that when your hair is healthy, beautiful, and long, it don't even have to be long, but it's going to get to the length that you want it to be eventually. But you just understanding and loving your hair when it's healthy, that's going to help your transition a whole lot better. So if you have any questions, please make sure you come by. I can address anything specifically for you. But with me, I want to start off today's show with making sure I take it to where you understand this is me. I'm naturally beautiful and I'm loving it. And when I get back from my break, I will go into more about other details and problems with your hair. I'll be back. Hi, I want to say we're back to This Is Me, Natural Hair and Health Show. And I'm your host, Ronita Stanford, owner of True Image Natural Hair and Beauty Salon, located at 1100B Charles Boulevard in Greenville, North Carolina. My telephone number is 252-364-2904. If you have any questions, need your hair done, styles, you can feel free to Facebook. Pull up my Facebook and you can see a lot of pictures. Facebook, True Image Natural Hair and Beauty Salon. And you will also see I have over 800 pics of a lot of different hairstyles, before and after, transitional styles. If people need, different questions on what to do. Lock extensions, lock maintenance, hair repair, hair regrowth. If you need any steaming treatments, body wrap services, feel free to call me. But once again, on with today's show. Like I was just addressing a few minutes ago, I was just talking about about your hair and accepting who you are as far as before you can go to natural. When you are natural, or when you decide to wake up in the morning and say, you know what, I'm going to big chop, or I have problems with my hair, or my hair is breaking and shedding, what do I need to do? I'm just trying to decide, should I go natural? Once again, like I just said, accept who you are and know that your transition is not going to be easy in the beginning. The beginning stages is not so beautiful. So people call that the ugly stages of it, because that's when your hair is short, if you decide to go with the big chop, or if you're transitioning. You have your two textures. Those that's trying to decide, you do not have to big chop in order to go natural. You can transition by not relaxing no more. It's going to take longer, probably like a year and a half. But it also depends on how much hair that you have already, where you starting it, I should say. If you start with your natural and you have probably like this much new growth, and I would say this is probably like maybe 3 months, 4 months without no relaxing. Maybe even like going on 5 months with no relaxing. And let's say if I had hair strands hanging down, my actual hair length is like right here. But I want to go natural and I want to transition without cutting my hair. What do I do? I've had that question. What you need to do is make sure you're using your shampoos and conditioners that have your amino acids in it, that has your fatty acids, your proteins, your argan oils. That's going to rebuild the elasticity and the molecular structure of your hair. It's all about feeding your hair and nourishing your bonds to keep the hair strong and keep the textures the same. A lot of flat iron is not good. I mean, you can do it. Don't take me wrong. You can do it. But please keep in mind that if you are going to transition by flat iron a lot of heat, that could eventually cause some damage to the hair. You don't want to do a lot of flat iron. You want to go in between different styles. Maybe like some rope twist styles. You want to do like your not your two string. You can do flexi rod sets. You can do like your transitional roller set styles. There are other things that you can do, updo styles, but if you look on my Facebook page or request me as a friend on my Facebook, Ronita CEO Radiva Stanford, then you can see other pics underneath my mobile uploads. But you can also transition by just keeping your hair maintained, and understand how much new growth you have here. You got to transition that to down here. Be patient with your hair. Be patient with the transition. Don't think that you're going to look at somebody else and your hair going to transition that way. Make sure you eat the proper foods and the proper nourishments for your hair. Drink your water. Your water intake should be at least like 50% of your body weight. So if you weigh 150 pounds, you should at least consume like 75 ounces of water a day. Yeah, that's a lot, considering the fact that most glasses of water is anywhere from 16 ounces or 32 ounces. So if you do like 3 or 4 32-ounce containers of water, you have pretty much consumed your body weight. That's keeping your hair from being dehydrated. When your hair is dehydrated, that's causing a lot of the flakiness, a lot of the breaking with your hair, a lot of itchiness with your scalp. A lot of people, oh, my scalp just itching. Oh, my scalp is itching. And I asked them, do you drink water? No. Well, it's like your skin. Your skin is your largest organ. When your skin get dry, it also makes your skin itself get cracked, scaly, flaky. It's the same thing with your scalp. All of this works in a whole system. So you have to make sure you're nourishing it from the inside out, once again, in order for it to produce healthy strands on the outside. I'm going to show you some pictures of different baldness that people have been experiencing as far as with hair loss. As you know, I'm studying my trichology, getting my doctorate in hair. This is pictures of scalp and hair loss that, problems with the hair. This right here is androgenetic alopecia. This right here is basically caused from a lot inherited. This right here is basically inherited, and it's also called like your male pattern baldness. Females can have female pattern baldness as well, where we get the testosterone side from our fathers, to the point where that means it's causing baldness in our scalp. A lot of times this cannot be reverted back. This is complete baldness of the hair. When your hair is like this, a lot of times you have to get like a custom lace unit or a custom piece for your hair. But this right here begins usually when you're teens, your early 20s. You start off around your temple area, and the baldness continues down to your crown, and eventually it leads to the whole top going. A lot of times it's your hormones, it's problems, minoxidil and other things that they say that can help grow it back. Or also some men have done like your hair transplants. If you do that, that's up to you. But please consult with your doctor before you go into some medical side of things, and also please consult with someone that specializes in hair loss replacement. Also, like I said, with your females, you have your baldness right up in here. A lot of times that's your hormones. Our menopause can cause hair loss in women. But please note that if your hair started coming out and you never done anything to help like try to revert it, a lot of times you just made it get worse. Just like if your car start ticking or your brakes start squealing, and if you don't do anything with it, the problem just gets worse before it gets better. So if you're having any issues with your hair or your scalp, please make sure that you see a licensed natural hair care specialist, trichologist, dermatologist, or hair loss specialist. Also right here, this is your alopecia areata. This is a lot of people that have real bad hair loss as well, your alopecias. This right here is caused by baldness, like extreme cases, a lot of times like hormones as well. Also is caused by like an autoimmune problem, a deficiency. Sometimes it's associated with like, different medical problems, cancers, radiations, and other things. Sometimes it can be reverted back, sometimes it can't. But once again, this is pictures of your alopecia areata, and typically, sometimes stress. Please be aware, stress can cause this. Okay? If you're having anything going on in your life that's overly stressful, please make sure you pray, but release that, especially if it's causing hair loss or problems to your hair. This, when I was talking about your folliculitis divacavans, this right here is also an autoimmune problem where the follicles is destroyed. It's also an inflammation and scaling of your scalp and your problems with your follicles. Sometimes the patches start off slow, or the patches sometimes be big. It's treated by L-taurisine and also by taking antibiotics. L-taurisine is a vitamin that's also good for alopecia. This right here is other problems that's problems with your hair, an autoimmune problem that starts off with slow patches, also when your follicles is being destroyed. This right here sometimes does not stop on its own right here. But all of this right here is where you need to see a licensed either trichologist or a hair loss specialist, or sometimes your medical doctor as well. They can give you a steroid or an antibiotic that can help regrow your hair. This is traction alopecia. This is caused by your weaves, your braids, and glue. This right here is not good for the hair. If you wear too much braids, too many weaves, it's going to take your hair out. And excuse me, not saying all weaves, all braids, or extensions. Too much tension, done incorrectly, done improperly, not taking care of your hair underneath it will cause this right here. And sometimes it cannot come back. The baldness itself usually takes around 2 to 3 years to become apparent. Sometimes you never know that your scalp is looking like this in between your braid parting. Do you see? Your braid parting, your hair can be real, like in between it, like you have thinness. It's the density, how much your hair is growing. And if you can see a little bit in this area, it's thicker. The hair has more density. It's growing more out the follicles in this area than it is right here. That's because it's being pulled tight, pulled too tightly on the hair, and the hair cannot take it. So if you have any of this going on to the hair, this is trichomona, where you're actually pulling the hair out. Some people actually have problems where they're pulling out their hair. That's not good either. A lot of times associated with stress or other medical problems that can cause your hair to grow out. But at the same time, you want to make sure that you see someone if it gets too bad for you. Right here, ringworm or other problems or causes that can make your hair come out or fall out. But I just want to slowly show you some issues. Psoriasis, other issues that can have problems with your hair. If you're seeing any medical problems or conditions with your hair, please make sure that you see someone licensed to take care of these issues. Because your hair, at the end of the day, in order for it to grow correctly, you have to make sure that you are feeding your hair correctly and taking care of your hair. It's not just your hair, it starts with your scalp, okay? That's where it starts off, maintaining your scalp, keeping your hair healthy. But I'm going to take a quick little break, and when I return, I'll talk more about foods that you can eat and other things like that.
Queen City Productions and Boy Natty presents The Beauty is Skin Deep Natural Hair Expo for the Mind, Body, and Soul. Saturday, November 24th at the Greenville Convention Center. The door will open at 11 a.m. It will last until 7 p.m. Get ready for the Beauty is Skin Deep Natural Hair Expo for the Mind, Body, and Soul. Experience the latest fall fashions and trends from the exclusive Born Natty fashion line. Vendor spots are still open. Educational seminars focusing on wellness health for men and women. It's the Beauty is Skin Deep Natural Hair Expo for the Mind, Body, and Soul. Saturday, November 24th at the Greenville Convention Center. Well, you need more information? You can call Rediva at 252-258-5730. Martone at 919-271-0497. Beauty is Skin Deep Natural Hair Expo for the Mind, Body, and Soul. You can also purchase your tickets online by going to Greenville and NC 2012 naturalhairexpo.eventbrite.com. Don't forget, it's the Beauty is Skin Deep Natural Hair Expo for the Mind, Body, and Soul. Saturday, November 24th at the Greenville Convention Center. Doors open at 11 a.m.
to This Is Me, Natural Hair and Health Show, and I'm your host, Ronita Stanford, your licensed natural hair care specialist, certified colorist, and cosmetologist, specializing in your sexy, healthy hair. But as you saw with that last commercial, our Natural Hair Expo is November the 24th, okay? Make sure you get your tickets. If you want a vendor, call me. If you want a model or something, you still got a little time, call me. I will have tickets available at my salon starting this week, True Image Natural Hair and Beauty Salon. Call me if you want to know anything. They are available online at eventbrite.com. But once again, we're on to our show. I was just talking about, as you know, about This Is Me, loving yourself. First of all, before you go decide you want to be natural. Then also I was giving you a little brief rundown of like different problems with your hair, showing you also pictures and things about like health problems or hair loss problems as far as in baldness, alopecias, and things like that. As I was telling you a few minutes ago about things that you should eat. This episode I will talk a little bit more about the things that you're going to eat that's going to be rich in your irons, your zinc, your magnesium, things of that nature. Because, as I told you before, we are what we eat. We need to eat our green leafy vegetables, different proteins, your eggs, your things that's rich with your emollients. That's going to help booster your hair follicles. That's going to help rejuvenate the cell membranes. That's going to get your mitochondria pumping and stimulating blood flow down to your hair root so it can grow. That's what causes health. That's what creates healthy hair. But for your iron, if you want to increase your iron, please make sure you eat foods that's your meat, shellfish, fortified greens, and your leafy vegetables. Okay? Please, fortified grains, and your leafy vegetables. Meat, shellfish, fortified grains, and your leafy vegetables for your iron. For your protein, which is the building block of hair. Why we always talk about proteins. Hair is compromised or made from characterized proteins. That's for the building block of your hair. Your lean cuts of meat, your mixed light meat with and also seafood. That's good sources of your protein. Also meat that's mixed with your dark meat. That's another source of protein. Vitamins. That helps with your metabolic structure or the process. That's your biotin. If you don't want to buy your buy your vitamins and take it orally, you can eat it. Okay? Biotin is in your brewer's yeast, your nutritional yeast, your liver, cauliflower, salmon, bananas, carrots, your egg yolks, and your ligmites and your mushrooms. Also sardines. That's another source of all your biotin. So, instead of getting just biotin, just the actual pills, because sometimes that can make hair grow all over places. So be aware with some sources of vitamins that's particularly for your hair, your nails, and your skin. Just see what's your main active ingredient to see how it's going to produce hair all over. For your B6 and your B12, you want to eat your whole grains, your oatmeal, your skim milk, low-fat cheese, eggs, salmon, nuts, and nut butters. That's for your B6 and your B12. Natural vitamins that you can eat. Natural food that you can eat that's going to boost these. That's going to be the building block to help neutralize your hair and get natural healthy hair. Your zinc. That's for your shine and it lubricates your follicles. That's found in your brightly colored fruits and your vegetables like strawberries, kiwi, raspberry, mangoes, oranges, and your red bell peppers. These things, they are for your zinc. Once again, that's for your shine and to lubricate your follicles. For your vitamin A's, that's your apples, sweet potatoes, and your apricots. These are things that you can eat that's going to boost your vitamin intake in your body naturally. For your antioxidants, that's going to prevent cellular damage. That you want to, if you have any cellular damage or problems with your hair and your scalp, you want to promote healthy hair and your follicle regeneration. That's your herbs, dark chocolate, and your fresh vegetables. All of these are natural things in which you can eat, incorporate in your diet. When you decide to transition to being natural, you're also being natural from your inside. That's eating proper foods, changing your nutritional diet plan, eating more things that's going to naturally put more vitamins and luster into your hair. That's going to feed your follicles. That's where healthy hair strands starts at. It's not from no product. It's not from anything that you're eating. It's from the healthy hair strands. But I'm going to take a quick break, and when I return, we're going to talk more about other things. Thank you. And we're back from the break, and I want to say that, like I was telling you a few minutes ago, you have to start off with healthy hair by incorporate with your foods, okay? If you're not incorporating good foods with your healthy hair, then you're not doing anything. It's not about the products that you're buying. It's not about trying to have everything that somebody talk about that's good for the hair to put on it. It starts off internally. You have to maintain the healthy foods in your diet in order to have strong roots and hydration within your hair and your hair follicles. That's going to transition from the inside out, okay? Our skin and our hair manifests from the foods and the vitamins and the nutrients in which we provide it. So it's very important that we incorporate things like I was saying, like our salmon, dark green vegetables, our collards, broccoli, kale, turnip greens, beans, eggs, carrots, your nuts, yogurt, oysters, other things like this is essential for nutritional health and healthy hair. Okay, in order to have the vitamins, they play a part with your zinc, your iron, your protein, your omega fatty 3 acids, and you get these by incorporating certain foods in which that I was just telling you. You don't have to always get their vitamins and take them internally. You can eat these foods in order to maintain luxurious hair. But we're going to say bye. Hope you enjoyed this episode and all your other episodes. If you have any questions, stop by True Image Natural Hair and Beauty Salon. And I'm your host, Ronita Stanford. And this is me, naturally beautiful, and I'm loving it. We're out.